I'm far older than I actually am. So, you know, okay, you know, a young kid buying groceries. Right. When I was younger and I nearly had a penny to spend on my. By the way, we are live. Hey, True Believers England team here. Yeah, we're doing comic book covers, man. What are we doing today? Tomb of Dracula. You know what? I should come up with some. Yeah, that was created by whom was it? Created by Gene Colan and somebody or something like that. Yeah, probably Roy Thomas. I mean, he created the entire Silver Age, but well, this is Bronze Age. But anyway, tonight we're doing Tomb of Dracula. Last night, I'm sorry I had to miss it, but we were on date day, and you know, I don't want to mess that up. That's the good way to, by the way, keep your marriage going is always have a date night where it's just you and your child. All right, but that being said, we're here. It's going to be awesome. I'm loving these videos. Let's get started. All right. Oh, but before we do get started, please click the likes, click the shares. Let's build this up. Let's get more people in. Let's get this channel back up to the 18 to 20,000. If you know, I'm almost like, what can I do? What can I do to motivate? Where you guys are commenting and doing all that, I think I'm gonna have to pull one of my big dogs and, you know, hey, maybe that's a giveaway or something. Like that.
Well, you could threaten to take your shirt off.
Please don't.
All right, here's the thing. No, I'm gonna go the other way. By the end of the year, if you can get this channel up to 20,000 again, I will do a shirtless truffle shuffle.
Wait. Again? You actually got past 18K once?
No. But I was on the move. I was on the move, and that's what was important. All righty. But to help us out today, we do have LK.
Hello, everybody.
And we have Zach. Oh, and next one. Okay, go ahead. Say hi.
It's me, way down here in the corner.
Well, yeah, there should be there should be more beautiful visages here. I don't know why you guys don't decide to do the face reveals and such.
Because I'm doing dishes currently.
Okay. And we of course have the real Dr. VENKMAN, except no substitutes. And he's having lunch or dinner. Dominic decided to join us tonight, which is always cool.
Evening, everybody. Just as a correction. The creative team involved in Tomb of Dracula are Jerry Conway, Archie Goodwin, as well as Marv Wolfman.
Okay. And, of course, Eric, back issue Breen.
And you left out Gardner Fox. So 20,000 and you will do something shirtless? Never have I rooted more for a necessary shadow banning in my life.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're trying to motivate me to unsubscribe, I love you, but that might do it.
Let's leave that show just for Gail, please.
Also,
yes.
I didn't
she's got to suffer through it.
I didn't mean to leave out Gardner Fox, but I didn't want to make my intro long.
Dalton, I'm happy to hear that you have better taste.
I will say one thing though. Remember, he used to, when he first started off, he was clean shaving. But I said, you know, you should grow your beard out one time. And
he did. That's exactly what happened. And the thing is here's the thing. Gail liked it. I don't like it getting too long, but Gail liked the beard. Therefore, the beard stays. That's just the way it is. Shirtless Snow Angel. Yes. I am not used to the snow. Share this out. Here's the thing. I need comments. I need comments that are about a paragraph long. That'll get the algorithm going. Boom. All right. That being said,
is the paragraph that I'm typing. Typing this paragraph. I am.
One thing we all know around here is it's my channel, but I am not the boss. Neither is Eric or RDV. Even LK, who has been doing really fine hosting when I'm not able to come in. Not the boss. Not Dalton. It is this young lady right here that we follow our orders from, and she is saying, "Can we get to the covers, please?" So, okay. Obviously, you know, she's telling us to stop throwing around.
Why do you say that? But then you overlook her comments.
Well, that's because I'm blind. But there you go. All right. That being said, let's get LK to start us off on possibly one of the greatest covers ever created, and that is Tomb of Dracula #1.
Okay. Yeah, good atmosphere. We see the timeless 1970s. Let's put a banner around it. Overall good. I hate just leading off with a 10, but I mean, it's hard not to because it's the iconic nature. So I'm going to go 10.
Alrighty. Let me share this also. Okay, let's get to let's get to Eric. And what do you say about this one?
It was a 10 last week. It's a 10 this week.
Oh, that's right. We had it in the 70s one. Yeah. Alrighty. Zach.
Yes. I like the fog. I like the wisp. I like how this looks like it could be a movie poster. I think if it could be a movie poster, then it should be a 10.
Alrighty.
I like the backdrop. I like the foreground. Everything about it. It's good.
Okay, Dalton.
Okay, so we've got Vladdy Boy carrying off the damsel to some shadowy castle in the distance there. Yeah, no, this is a 10. This is a 10. It automatically puts you in the mind of this is Dracula. He's doing Dracula things, and shenanigans will inevitably ensue. So 10.
Alrighty, RDB.
That, my friend, is a it's a 10. It's a perfect 10.
Okay, Dominic, your turn.
I'm going to say this is a 10 as well because everything is well balanced from the frame cover to the excellent utilization of the positive and negative space, the colors, as well as all the atmosphere to really sell people what the Tomb of Dracula is all about. Because, hey, if Dracula is caught doing something that he shouldn't have, a group of monster hunters will come and chase him down, as well as other face off other supernatural menaces. So yeah, it's a 10.
Alrighty. I'm going to keep mine short here. Everybody has had the correct answer so far. What a great cover. What a great atmosphere. What a great way to start a series. Go into the chat. We have Glinzer, 10. Rhaegar, 10. Dark Admiral, 10. So it's 1, 2, kaboom. And then we have, let's see. Joe says a 10. Trusty says a 10. And One Slick says a 10. 1,
Trusty!
2, 3. Maranya says, One Slick Dude says 10. Well-balanced cover. Great atmosphere. Dracula would approve. Maranya says Tomb of Dracula #1. Excellent atmosphere. The cover works well. Logo perfect. The size. Everything combines to make a batty 10. Alrighty. Now, also, your comments do not need a super chat attached to them to be read, but it is always appreciated. Or of course, Ko-Fi. All right. But anyway, Jackson says 10. Ethereal says 10. Rhaegar says, also, aren't vampires supposed to be gay? Only in the 2010s. This was long before that. So let me add those other two.
I mean, I was Team Jacob, so I don't know what you're on about, but whatever.
Breen, aren't you going to say hi to Trusty?
Aren't you supposed to say hi to Rhaegar?
Yeah, but I don't think that's what he means. So
I think that's what he means, though.
All right.
If you had 9 minutes, you win.
Oh, okay. I thought that might have been it, but
I got it. Yeah.
he has to
I
set
think
it up.
Trusty was waiting for you to give something a 10. I think is what that joke is.
What was that one guy? So I'm going to say it's kind of a different way because this isn't exactly a fire pub. Holy cow!
Holy smokes.
We'll have to figure something out for this, but I doubt that we will always do it. But what does Dracula say during the readings?
Blah, blah, blah.
I think I said, I do not go blah, blah, blah.
He does not say blah blah blah.
Oh, wait a
The
second!
one
I
thing that
started
Adam
that.
Sandler got right.
I started that here with the. I do not say blah blah blah. Wait, did Drac just say blah blah blah? All right, kids. There's no getting around this. Nobody broke rank on this one.
I should have done
this
it just for the memes.
just for the memes.
Team Edward always.
This
What if I
is going
go back
right
and I
up
change
to
my vote to a
Rossi.
9?
It does not matter. There's
Well, you are
15
German.
Yeah, there's
9!
15 things here.
We're drowning in a sea of tens, sir.
All
Did
right,
anybody
let's move
not
on.
do 10?
Nobody broke
This
ranks.
was our first. This is our first perfect,
Perfect
10.
score.
Unanimous.
This is our perfect 10. Yeah.
Our
Perfect
first
10.
Bo Derek.
10.
It's our first
Because
Mariana.
some things are just correct.
Oh,
I'm afraid.
Derek. You mean Marissa Tomei?
Bo Derek was in the movie 10, douche nozzle.
Oh, okay.
Come back when you're older.
My thing. I know you like to be contrarian, but see, LK is our Eeyore. He kind of hates everything, but our contrarian is actually Zach. They hide it well.
Yes.
That being said, it's Eric's turn, and he's getting.
Well, you know,
into
Zach
issue
only
number
sees
2.
things in black and white.
It's Eric.
But
Yeah, it's Eric's-
Eric, I know it's your turn. Can I talk instead, though?
All right, Eric, it's your turn. Issue
All
number
right.
2.
I'm also going to give this a 10. It's not, the art isn't quite as good, but it's still very atmospheric. Everything is fantastic on this cover, except for Dracula kind of, looks a little less menacing. But, the fog, the building, the people cowering, the victim on the ground. This has it all. This, again, has it all.
All right, Zach, what do you say?
I'm gonna give it a 9. I like the setting. I like the detail of the buildings. I like the crowd of onlookers that are all like scared, hiding under the bridge. I like the one thing that throws me off, and I don't like it when they do this with Beast Boy either, is when they show both the man and what he's turning into, like they're both on the screen at the same time. That part bothers me because then it looks like it's two separate things. But other than that, it's great. I like the lantern, how they show the light like all around it. The fog again, the cobbles. It's great. But I'm gonna give it an 8.
You started off with a 9, and then you.
Did I start with a 9?
I'm
I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I mean a 9. Excuse me. I was reading. I saw Trusty's comment.
All righty, Dalton. What do you say?
I am going to give this a 9 as well. My issue is it's just a little bit too zoomed out, and therefore everything is a little bit too small. I feel like if it was closer up on Dracula standing over the body of the woman that he had very clearly just drunk from or was about to drink from, that would probably work better. I don't have any other issues with the art. It's just I would have preferred if they had zoomed in a little closer to the actual action and stuff.
And what's your number again?
9.
Okay, RDV.
I don't know if it's going to show up this way. I have to do it. Yeah.
He brought out the Exo sketch.
I mean, she said, hey, I'm a victim here. You need to let me go, mister. You sexist pig. And he says, you're dead.
Okay. Dominic, what do you think?
All the elements are there. And the cover, much like issue 1 helps sells it. Yet, I want to give this another 10, but I'm gonna go with the 9 instead. So because it's similar to what Zach said of Dracula, but Dracula and him turning into a bat. It should have had more weight. If Dracula was like standing over his victim.
Okay. All right. So we got a 9. And that leaves LK.
Yeah, I'm basically going to give it a 9 for the same reason that Dalton was talking about. It's like kind of look more and more at the cover. If they had just kind of cut the people on the right-hand side, I hate saying in half, but we only just saw part of them. We didn't need to see all of them. That would have allowed Dracula and the victim to be larger and, possibly have him be more menacing.
Taking center stage, so to speak. Yeah.
I'm going to agree with the 9. I think the atmosphere is awesome. It's like everybody has been saying. I think you really nailed it. The buildings look awesome. The atmosphere, the night sky, the glow of the lantern. I'm not so bothered by the people, but like Zach said, is he turning into a bat and becoming from Dracula to a
No,
bat,
he
which
just-
I think, or is he going from bat to Dracula and dropping down? Obviously, I would think that he would have been going from Dracula to a bat to get away because he was feeding, but it's not 100% clear. And that's the only weakness of the cover. That being said, Glenzer says it's a 10. And
I would
let's
imagine
see,
he's just
Dark
gotta-
Admiral says it's a 10. And Trusty says 8. Ethereal says 9. 10, showing the transformation well drawn in black trade color doesn't hurt this cover, says One Slick. Alrighty, and then we see, now you see the original Batman, blah, blah, blah. Tomb of Dracula number 2, another frame cover, feels like a colorized frame from Dracula movie. All the elements are there. The cover bites in a great way for another perfect 10, says Maranya. Let's see, Joe gives it a 10. Jackson Raykert gives it a 9. Zach gave this a lower score because he looks like Blackula. As a matter of fact, you're right, because he's got no, okay. Anyway, or is he going from Dracula to Scott Bakula? All right, he's playing around with the thing. But what we got here is 1 8, 7 9s, and 7 10s. You have that 8 helping the 9s pull it down. This ends up being a 9.
You think it was the opposite when Blade finally appears on the cover, he'll hate the book?
I don't know. But I do think it's kind of fun that when you add in issue number 1, we are going to be ranking 2 key issues tonight. Alrighty, and we're going to move on to Zach. And Zach, you get to start us off with issue number 3. What says you?
I'm gonna give it a. You know what? I think I have to give this one a 6, maybe a low 6.
An average?
I'm gonna give it an average for a few reasons.
Okay.
First of all, the hands look weird. They look like he's got like beast hands. Also, oh no, it's Dracula attacking another woman. Oh, that's something we haven't seen before.
Well,
Not
in
yet.
fairness, that's what he does.
That's
That's
what
what he do.
I know, but also it's just not. There's not that cool, like creepy, spooky atmosphere. Like I guess it's in his lair. I get that, but there's no fog. There's no moon. I don't know. The other two just really up the creepy factor. This one just. He also looks like Spawn. The cape is just like out there, like Spawn, like the big red cape. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
All right. We got a 6 from Zach.
Don't hate me.
And it's Dalton's turn.
I'm in a weird space where last issue was zoomed out too far, and this one I think might be zoomed in a little bit too much because, as Zach said, there's no room for any sort of atmosphere, and it does seem like the cape is taking up more space than Dracula's body himself, and that is weird. Like, I know it's supposed to be a big, elaborate, operatic, villainous cape, but like, tone it down just a little bit there, Vlad. I'm gonna give this a 7.
Alrighty. RDV, what do you think?
Well, I like the fact he's leaping forward and he's like, I'm gonna get you, and she's like, keep looking at my face. I'm holding this, and you're helpless, fool. You dare track me to my lair, It should see to stake a vampire. Then I'd give it a 10. But it says to stalk a vampire. That's why I'm giving it only a 9.
Alrighty. What do you think, Dominic?
It's not bad. However, I had to give this one a 7 because similar to what Dalton said, they're like it's too zoomed in. However, it doesn't take away from the moment. Yeah, the atmosphere that is occurring, like within the cover. However, it doesn't have enough of the creep and fear factor as in the previous 2 issues.
Okay. LK.
Yeah, the atmosphere is really missing from this. I mean, you almost want to say why is he attacking her in broad daylight? So still though it's drawn well. Yeah, 7.
Well,
All
to be
right.
fair, you're not going to get any atmosphere. They're in the cellar.
Yeah, but it's
Derek,
also too brightly
There-
colored.
Hey guys,
There would have been ways to
Eric's-
stylize it though if
it's
they really
Eric's
wanted
turn.
to.
it's Eric's turn. Let's
I
go
know,
with Eric.
that's why I was talking.
Oh, okay. Eric, what do you think?
I'm going to go 9.
All right.
I don't know why she went down to his lair and then looked in the coffin that's been empty so long that there's spider webs formed over it. But hey, yeah. And I said, you notice that Dracula was done all white on issue 2, and now he's got color in issue 3.
Oh,
So
Hey,
maybe
yeah.
that makes sense.
That explains Zach's low score. Oh, did I get to the joke before you? Wait, was that was where you were going?
No, I was gonna say he got to Miami.
Okay.
No, I was going to give him a pass on this one.
Okay. Here's the thing. We had nice atmospheric covers, and this time Dracula is straight up a creature, not necessarily a monster like the Universal monsters with the eeriness to it, but a creature villain. Yeah. It's not so much scary as it is jumping out at you kind of thing. So I don't know. I don't hate the cover. I get for what it is now, but yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8. I like it, but it's just not as good as the last two.
Uninspired.
Yeah. Going to the chat, we see Glenzer saying 10. The first 10 for the cover so far. Ethereal says 7, and Dark Admiral is saying 8. The purple behind the title and not enough creepiness. Trusty and Joe and Jackson Raykirk all say 7.
See, I didn't even notice the purple at all. I looked right at Dracula first.
Well, at least
Maranya is right about
out.
the colors, I think.
Well, you know, it should be. a
Rhaegar says, why on earth would Dracula turn into a bat at midnight? Otherwise, I like the bold colors and background. 8. Alrighty, and then Maranya says Tomb of Dracula 3. The cover is too brightly colored, which mars the excellent cover art. Dracula logo blends in too much also. Still with the flaws, it's a decent 9. Okay, 8 says One Slick. Cover looks cramped. The candlebra should have been lit. And the trade color purple on the maroon is distracting. Alrighty.
Is
And
this,
that is
is
an 8.
it supposed to be Rachel on the cover here?
Who?
No, it's probably just like random girl.
Okay.
All right, not creepy enough. And what were they thinking with the purple behind it? Yeah, everybody does not like the purple. All righty, kids, not as strong as the last two. We have 110 and 16. We've got we've got 7 sevens, 3 9s. That pulls into the 4 8s, and it ends up being 7 5, which is still a 7. So there we go. All right. Here we go. Let me get this one. Alrighty. Still good, just not as good as the others. Okay, and now it is Dalton's turn to lead us off with issue number 4.
I don't really like this one very much at all. It honestly seems like Dracula is on a random beach during a beach party for some reason. I also don't really like that. Like most of the focus on the cover is on the people in the distance, and Dracula is just sort of barely on the side there. The color scheme of the trade dress is also much like the last time, not really working for me. This one I am going to give a 6.
Okay. RDB, what says you? Okay, Dominic, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
Well, I don't see. Well, last time I checked, I don't see a village near a beach, but that's not the point. Yeah, I'm trying to give this. This might turn out to be our first average, so I'm giving this a 6. It's because like the color, even though all this supposed like take place at night, the bright colors almost like is too distracting.
All righty. Okay, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a 6 for me. If the title of the story is going to be The Bride of Dracula, then really make The Bride of Dracula the focus, and having her far away, it's meh. So yeah, it's a 6 for me.
All righty. Eric.
I think the best I can give this is a 7. I like the idea of the cover, but Dracula just looks too dorky.
He looks like he's cringing back almost.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Like to get out of the sun or something.
Yeah, Dracula of all characters is dragging this down.
Okay. Zach, what do you think?
I gotta give this. So there's parts of this that I really love. I like the idea. I like the way the cover is laid out. The civilians are between Dracula and the bride. I actually do like this transformation because I think you can tell more. It's not like the other one where it was like Dracula and then bat. This one, it's like the bat, and then you kind of see as it comes down closer, it turning into the bride of Dracula. I dig that. That actually looks really cool. I do agree with Dalton. The purple trade dress does ruin it. I would rather it be black or a dark blue. And then there's also nothing in the sky. That's kind of boring.
What?
Like there's nothing in the sky. It's just like light purple or light gray.
Yeah, big gray expanse of nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna give it a 7 though. I'm gonna say it's
You've
7.
never been to London?
At night. This is supposed to be at night. It's not
There are
nighttime.
ways to stylize it too, which is the thing I will keep saying. No matter how boring the thing you're looking at is, there are ways to stylize it and make it look good.
I also like the fact that there's stuck like it's like he says, it's either Dracula or the Bride of Dracula. There's I actually want to see how they get out of it. It's interesting.
All right.
So.
And what was your number?
7.
All right. RDV, what do you think?
Well, unlike Zach, because he's a heathen, I actually prefer the gray black background.
Boring.
Because
Yeah,
your
boring.
focus is on the characters, not the background.
Well, somebody should have told the shot composer that then.
Okay, RDV, what do you score it?
I'm giving it a 9.
All righty.
Purple doesn't bother me. The whole point of these books is that you see them from the actual newsstand and say, like, you know, what is that over there? That's why there's bright colors.
All right. Okay. That being said, my turn. We unfortunately had this comedian pass away recently, and I did not know he was the model for Marvel and Dracula, but the late Joe Flaherty apparently was, because that looks exactly like him. SCTV young people, he was awesome. You guys might have known him from Freaks and Geeks or the what is that one? Happy Gilmore.
When you go to Red Lobster?
Yeah, Happy
Yeah,
Gilmore.
that guy. Yeah,
Who did he play in Freaks and Geeks?
he was the dad, the good kids, the Velma from Scooby Doo, her dad. Yeah.
Wasn't he in American Pie also?
No, that was Eugene Levy.
Oh, that's right.
You're gonna miss
But yeah, he looks just like him, doesn't he? Anyway, I also agree with RDV. The purple really doesn't bother me. But I got to say, the Dracula does. The Bride of Dracula actually looks cool. The kids do. Yeah, they colored the immediate ground yellow, but everything else works. It's just Joe Flaherty's Dracula. By the way, I think he actually played Dracula a couple of times on SCTV.
It's Dracula
yeah.
Blue. That's what it looks like.
I'm giving this one a 7.
Trusty.
I'm afraid that we hit a wall. I hope this is not a permanent thing
It's
coming
not
up.
Tom Floyd.
Count
Yeah.
Floyd from Mayberry.
There you go.
Yeah, kind of.
Glenzer is saying 10. Yes, tonight I shall be channeling. Oh, okay. I see what he was responding to the other one. Dracula on a beach. I like it. It's a new setting for him. He probably could use a beach vacation. He actually rides a horse on a beach in the Frank Langella Dracula. Marvel colors sure like yellow and purple back then. Austin is saying this is a solid 7, and Rhaegar a 6.
I think Dracula's tired of beaches. Okay.
9, not crazy about the purple, but love the transformation of the bride. And that's Dark Admiral. 6 from Ethereal, 6 from Trusty. All righty. And then we've got 8. I like the Bat to Girl image, says Joe. All righty. Then we have MARANYA saying Tomb of Dracula focus should be on Dracula, not random people or a she-vampire. No menace. Colors way too bright. Cover sucks. Not in a good way. Score a 7. All right. Mess 5, but 7. The purple trade kills this art, says One Slick. The color choices, everything blends together, but the characters. All right. And then we have the transformation of the bride with the arms spread. Drapery coming from the wings makes me think of the transformation effects of the Universal Dracula sequences. Did Zach just say he prefers black? I know, right? It's
He'll never go back.
Pat says 7.5, which is of course 7. Alrighty, and let's see what we got here, kids. We have 2 9s, 1 8. We've got 7 7s and 6 6s, which of course makes this a 7. Alrighty. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Okay, and I do believe it is RDV's turn, right? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All righty, RDV. What do you say? This is issue number 5.
Well, obviously, Dracula's pissed, because they mistake this house for Zack's. That's why they're out there with the pitchforks.
Bastard.
And
I was waiting for it.
You got Seth Rollins burn it down there. Once he burned down his house. Man.
Burning down the house.
I love the title font. Now, this is where they started changing a little bit, though. Because I don't remember, it gets into later issues of Tomb of Dracula. That font up there, logo gets obnoxious, but right now it's okay. Because I like the black, I like the red and yellow. It fits. If you can get rid of the Marvel Comics group off of there, I think it's a lot better. Because we know it's Marvel. Dear God.
Get it.
It's great, though.
Also, make him look less like Doctor Strange in the corner.
Well, he just killed Cleo.
So,
there.
Okay, RDV, what do you score?
It's 9.
Okay. Dominic. Okay, here he is.
I'll get a tough spot here. I'll get back to you on that.
All righty, LK.
Much better than the last couple of covers. I'm going to give it a 9.
All right. Eric?
See, if you'd gone at me first, I was going to say, well, Dracula brought a date to the Richmond family reunion.
Good Lord.
But we're back in 10 territory, kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that a reunion in Charlottesville?
A lot of fine people on both sides of the family there.
I don't see any tiki torches.
There are good vampires and bad vampires on both sides.
All right. What do you think of this one?
This is a solid 9. I dig the castle, the angry mob. It reminds me of Frankenstein. Again, he's got like the helpless damsel in his arms. I dig it. I dig everything about it. So yeah, it's a 9. And the trade dress actually kind of goes with this one. So
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking you get rid of those word bubbles and this is a 10 easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You get rid of the word bubbles. This is another movie poster.
Back swine before you arouse the wrath of Dracula. No, we've got you now, monster. This time you're doomed. Burn Castle Dracula to the ground. That being said, it is a 9. Great colors. A lot of atmosphere to this one. Once again, marred by the word bubbles. But that is a small nit to pick, in my opinion. I give it a 9. Let's get Glenzer saying 10. These colors pop.
You
And
skipped
Rhaegar
me.
says, did I?
Yes.
Yes, I did. I am sorry. Okay. Dalton.
I just got to say we're back in the game here. I agree with Eric. I agree with everybody who thus far has given this a 10. The red and the black and the yellow really work. It gives almost like an old school like Hammer horror or even like Vincent Price horror movie vibe. Which, fun fact, Vincent Price, to the best of my knowledge, never actually played Dracula. The one horror role he never took on, even though he would have been perfect for it. But yeah, I gotta give this a 10. I mean, you got the angry mob, you got Dracula holding the damsel. Just everything about this works. I like the dialogue bubbles. I think they work, and it's that old-fashioned, grandiose Shakespearean dialogue that I love so much that needs to make a comeback. So yeah, 10.
Alrighty. Once again, 10 from Glenzer. Rhaegar saying 8. These colors pop. Marrying Glenzer. Joe says 10, and Trusty says 8. Alrighty, and then we've got 8 from Jackson Raykirk as well. Tomb of Dracula, number 5. Much better cover composition. Stop coloring this like a superhero book. Needs more atmospheric colors. Score it a solid 9, says Maranya. Disco Inferno at the count, says Rhaegar. Austin is saying it's a 9. Ethereal Dragon an 8. And Dark Admiral a 9.
That's what I'm saying, Joe. It's weird that the guy who made his name from posh horror never got to the posh horror icon.
Oh, we had the perfect Christopher Lee, that's why.
One Slick Dude says cover is too brightly colored for night scene with a mob with torches. It might have worked better if the light was coming from the torches and not whatever light source is off in front of them, like a spotlight. Word bubbles are great. You guys are just haters. Alrighty. I like that. There we go. Also, by the way, I think Dalton is wrong. I think Vincent Price would have been a better Van Helsing. But
I mean, either or, honestly, but it's weird that he never got a chance to take a crack at Dracula. He took a crack at literally every other sub-variation of horror at the time.
Well, we got 4 8s, we've got 3 10s, but we've got 8 9s, so I think this is pretty much cemented in 9 territory.
Yep.
All righty. Now I'm going to... go on ahead, Dominic.
You didn't get to me back.
Yeah, Dominic passed for a turn.
Please, okay, you tell us what you think. I will add the score in. But unless you're going to score 5 or 6 7s, you're not affecting the... Yeah.
No. I was gonna say it's a 9. Everything is on point from the compositions to the coloring. The only thing that drags it down only a bit is the speed. Yeah, the word balloons. Other than that it helps set up the mood and a better cover composition than the previous ones.
All righty. I'll tell you what. Keep talking, because you are now leading us off on number 6.
Oh wow. Ooh. Yes. I give this one it's a 7. It's not terrible, but it's not the best either, because this is supposed to be take place at the night. However, again, it's too brightly colored and not much atmospheric coloring to really help sell it.
All right.
But at least the focus is on Dracula.
Okie doke. LK, what do you give it?
I'm giving this a 6. I don't think Dracula is drawn very well. The monster's not compelling. That just really does nothing for me.
All righty. Eric, what do you think?
I'm giving this a 10.
All right.
I have two reasons. I don't want Neil Adams coming back from the beyond and bitching at me.
Well,
Neil Adams says.
He'll do that in November, sir.
Yeah, well, with any luck. I'm not blown away by the monster, but it tells exactly what's going on. And if you notice, they gone to the blue moon a couple times. They did in the last issue too. Which I don't know, for some reason I kind of like.
Okay.
So,
Zach,
yeah,
what do you? Oh, sorry.
No, I would say it's a simple cover, but yeah, I'm good with it.
All righty, Zach.
I'm giving it a 6 as well. Dracula looks like he's trying to save the girl. I'm with Dominic. The lighting on this is weird. I like the moon, but like when the moon's out, the sky should be dark. And it just looks this looks way too lit up. Like there's some kind of radioactive lava or something coming from the ground. The monster's okay enough, but yeah, ultimately it's just too bright. It doesn't look creepy. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Alrighty, Dominic.
Sorry,
I'm
Bob.
sorry, Dalton. Dalton. What do you think?
I am going to give it. Okay, but I'm going to give this an 8. I like it. I think more than most people here. I don't mind the bright lighting because to me it gives that. To me, it's not giving daylight. It's giving like sinister, eerie, like eldritch green lighting vibes, which works for a horror book. Obviously, the monster is, here to kick Dracula's ass and take the damsel for himself, or maybe the monster is the ostensible good guy in this. That being said, it is not nearly as atmospheric or as awesome as the previous one or the sort of average for the series. It's still worlds better, I think, than the two intermediary ones, though. So 8.
Alrighty, RDV.
Well, first of all, I'm just pissed that Marvel hated Mary Jane even back then. No one noticed that? The redhead with the yellow one?
At least the devil isn't involved this time, but I'm Tish.
I mean, and then we have, I guess, the Gibbon. One of the most annoying characters that was in Marvel Universe. I mean, I like the Weasel more than I like the Gibbon. DC.
I don't think that's him, but we'll go that way.
He's got hands like a Gibbon. Or pixel fingers, you would call it. They're the things that even a vampire fears. What's that? Sunlight? Obviously not. I'm gonna give it around an 8.
All right.
Does Dracula look like Mr. Sinister to anyone else? I just noticed that. He looks really a lot like Mr. Sinister.
It would be better, though, if that was Peter down there with Mary Jane, and then there was Dracula coming at him.
Okay. That might have worked. I'm looking at it, and this is the one time. I don't know, not just the one time. I think they should have gone with negative space rather than there be things that even a vampire fears. Like, we don't need that. We've got the monster, the Moors on the bottom. I agree with a lot of what everybody is saying. And it comes down to, does that monster work for you, and does the lighting work for you? I think this is a good cover. Not a great cover, but a good cover. That's why I'm giving it a very good cover. It's an 8.
I've heard people say that about negative space. There's just too much negativity on this channel.
There you go. Yes.
It's always like there's not enough negative space, or there's too much negative space.
Well, that's the thing. Too much negative.
We're negative about negativity.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got a 10 from Glenzer saying, now there is poster quality for you. Dark Admiral saying a 10 and Trusty a 7. All righty. And then we have 6 from Ethereal Dragon. Next up, Rhaegar, the Monster of the Moors. Is that Jin looks like Sasquatch or a Chupacabra? He's giving it a 10. And then we have Trusty. Oh, Good Dog Press. What's up? How you doing, man? Manny, what's up? I think this is a 7, says Austin. And then we've got Tomb of Dracula, number 6. This cover would benefit from not coloring this like a superhero book. Focus is on the monster, not Dracula. Even with the flaws, this is a 9. Alrighty. Next up, Joe is saying the monster looks meh, and it's a 6 for him. And we've got Jackson, green, brown sky makes me think they're in a swamp. Give it a 6.
Oh yeah. What's up, Ray Kirk? Good to see you.
Yeah, Ray Kirk's been here. Austin says, Zach, you're making these jokes too easy. We got a blue moon in New June with 2 goons, says Rhaegar. And then one slick is saying 8. If you're going to draw a man thing, then draw him without an 8 face, and it looks weird with Dracula's face mostly white and his hands flesh colored. Yeah, they did miss that point, didn't they?
I mean, it's supposed to be Bigfoot.
I don't know. It's not man thing.
It's not Werewolf by Night.
Went to the beach today. I missed
One off.
beaches. Mr. Sinister versus Scar King, 9 out of 10 says MK. Welcome, MK. How you doing? Let's see. The vampires fear Lizzo. Not Lizzo.
Everything that walks, swims, or flies fears Lizzo.
But
They can't.
And RDV, I've been here as Ray Kirk for 2 years. Yeah. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, I'm still waiting for Roy Kirk to show up.
He never will. All righty. So anyway, guys, we have 4 10s, 6 6s. We've got 2 7s and 2 9s. What are we working with here? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, and then it's going to be an 8, all told. All righty. Bum bum. Da 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 da. Okay, and let's go to. We are on number. That was number 6. So we're on our second half. We're rounding the corner into. Wait, did I miss issue number 12? Yeah, I did. But that being said, LK, you want to take issue number 7?
All right. Let's see. God, they look like the Children of the Damned on this cover. Yeah, the atmosphere is good. Not great. I'll give it an 8.
All righty. Eric, what do you think?
Okay, it's his little friends.
What?
His little and friends.
Thank you very
up
much.
Against the DC Kids trio. One of them has a beard now. Winner takes all. But this, I'm sorry, I just can't. It's a 7. Something's just not working.
All righty.
I need some more.
Zach, what do you think?
this is a 4. I'm sorry. I can't take it seriously. It's Dracula and his own little newsboy legion. Get him, kids! No, I'm sorry. This is the. Also, his face just looks. I don't know. Something about it.
I think this is how he would look if Vincent Price played Dracula.
Yeah, maybe. I'm saying 4.
All righty, Dalton. What do you think?
Also, one guy has Captain Boomerang's get up. You see the scarf and the blue beanie?
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
little Captain Boomerang.
I
Sorry.
was gonna be a little nicer to this one when I first saw it. But that being said, I don't think I can be because there are so many technical issues with it. So I'm gonna go a 7, I think.
All right. I think, judging by what I'm seeing in the chat, you are being nice to it. RDV, what do you think?
Well, the Becky brother, the kid looks like Captain Boomerang. He's holding a knife. That's not a knife. It's a knife. I think every time he's got the big old dagger in his hands. Crocodile Dino. Thanks, Zach.
You're welcome.
You got the kid in the green just holding on. He's like, where'd you get the harpoon from? I tried it.
I know, right?
It's just random.
I've got an arrow. I'm going to run it through you.
I mean, that looks more like
really got
Tom.
out of control.
That looks more like Tom Selleck. You know, or actually no, to scratch that. It's a young Tom Hanks from Big. It's Dracula. I do love the font color they chose for Tomb. The Tomb right over there kind of pops out a little bit differently. yeah, I guess it's raining outside or something. It's a lot of, or it's just a weird how they have it set up. This crosshatch in the background.
Yeah.
But man, I gotta give it a freaking 10. I don't care what you guys say. It's Dracula and kids. It's a kid show.
All right. He's giving it a 10 because he finds it fun.
Yes. I want to open this up. I want to see what happened to the Suicide Squad. How did they get that little?
All righty, Dominic, what do you think about this one?
I give this one a. Oh man, that's a toss up between a 5 or a 6. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. 6 because even though like the atmosphere is there are tons of issues like with the composition, especially with the kids. Like they don't look menacing as they should be.
What am I on?
I think if they were more feral, it would work better. Like if they were like zombified vampire kids or something.
Manny, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Oh, I have Mountain Dew in the fridge. Oh, I want it now.
Plus, I got pork tenderloins.
All righty. What was your number again there, Dominic?
I give it a 6 because the cover composition is really weak.
All righty. LK.
I thought I gave a score on this one already.
Oh, you did. You started us off. It's my turn.
Yeah.
Ah, goodness gracious. It's take your kids to work day at the freaking vampire. It just doesn't.
I love it.
Well, he's always going on about the children of the night. Maybe this is what he meant.
It's like one of their cool uncles decided to take the kids out, convince them that he's Dracula. And kids, today you're gonna find out what I do for work. I'm a serial killer.
Uncle Vlad.
It just, there's nothing menacing about this. It looks like that was added after. Like if you look, the people look properly scared. They're well drawn. In the background, you've got the graveyard, which looks awesome. I actually like the fact that you can see the strokes, the brush strokes of the painting. But Dracula and the kids themselves look so fucking lame. This is absolutely a 5.
You know why I like it? Because he opened a cape up, but those kids were tucked under the cape like Joe Biden had kids.
Yeah,
no, like the freaking ghost of taking part in ignorance and want there. Yeah.
Ethereal Dragon is saying 7. We get a 9 from Glenzer, who's saying that the kids need to look more evil and menacing. Dalton is going to give this one a 1 because of the kids, says Rhaegar. What's up?
Captain Boomerang, not only does he have a big, huge knife, but he's also got that stick for some reason. He's like, I'm ready to go to war.
Yep. This is a weak 5, says Trusty.
Rhaegar says this
made
me hate Dracula.
Austin says this is a 4. This looks like one of the lesser Universal Monster sequel posters. Alrighty.
Yeah.
3 from Manny. And then we've got 7. This is this Dracula or an evil Mr. Rogers? Sorry, this is just a stupid cover, says one switch. All right, he gives it a 7. And then we get, I agree with Zach for once, says Rhaegar. Give it a 4. And then we have 6 from Joe. And Dark Admiral is saying it would be better if the kids were more menacing. All righty. And we've got, look out, guys, it's Mean Dalton. And Maranya is saying Tomb of Dracula #7, creepy cover, which needs to not be so garishly colored. Dracula enlisting a child army. This is a week 6.
Can you imagine if the children had guns and one of them had a chainsaw?
Again, or if they were like rabid and feral and zombified or something like that. And Rhaegar, I try to meet things halfway. I don't like being the asshole all the time.
But you do it so well. And finally, we have 3. It's trying too hard, says MK. Let's see. Trusty is channeling episode. Just my opinion, but another round of this title with some of the later series would be cool. Oh, we're definitely going to get to titles again. We're not going to go around the entire comic book existence before we get to titles we've already done, but there is a lot to do. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Couple of things. One, please, by all means, click like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff when this is posted. Don't forget to comment. And there is a poll in the chat right now. What is next? Tomorrow we're doing Brave and the Bold. You're going to vote for the next day. I guess that would be Thursday. And Friday we're going to figure out some sort of comic. That was a cartoon comic. I'm working on the 50s. I kind of went down a rabbit hole, and I'm collecting all of the number ones, which is taking a little bit longer for that. So
the man in his 50s stuck in the 50s, ladies and gentlemen.
Basically, there's a shit ton of these covers. And I started collecting them. Then I thought I'm going to make one of those meditation videos that do so well, but instead of rainy things, just show the covers. Yeah, might as well.
I love this because it feels like a Mel Brooks cover. He's like, "Hey, welcome to my Neverland."
Dracula Dead and Loving It from the 1970s, the Bronze Age Dracula Dead and Loving It. All right, let's see what we got, kids. Let's drop this one, and we have 110 but 2 3s. We have 1 9 and 8 gets, let's see, but we had 3 4s. And then we had 3 5s. And
Commence the wah-wah music, ladies and
4
gentlemen.
6s, 4 7s, 1 8, 1 9, and 1 10. This ends up being a 5 when it's all said and done. This is so far the worst cover of Tomb of Dracula. I don't think this is the worst scored cover, though. I think one of them ended up in a 4. I think we have not yet gone lower than a 4.
Our first 5 for tonight, people.
For tonight. That means it is Eric's turn, and he gets to talk to us about
like I said,
number 8.
Too much negativity on this channel.
Okay, Eric.
This one I'm gonna go back to 10. It's very creepy. Dracula looks creepy as hell. And I said the guy next to whoever the hell he is looks scared to death. She looks scared to death. And there's just enough, I said, people, coming at him, whatever those creatures are, the Vampire Legion, that, I think this is a good comeback cover.
You mean these aren't related to the actual characters in the book? You just random people?
Well, no, I mean, I just, a lot of times you do that. You just have, covers that, I said there might be something like that in the book, but that might not necessarily be the same girl or whatnot.
She's just the flavor of the week.
She's just the red shirt for cover 8.
Yep.
I do apologize. I keep forgetting. I will try to remember, but here is the link to the Comic Vine where I got the covers. If you guys want to look at them before we get to them and such and do. But that being said, Zach, what do you think?
This is a 10. It's spooky. We're back outside. It's dark outside. The fog's there. Dracula looks creepier. There's zombies coming out of the ground. And the whatever. They're coming from the grave. Okay. The civilians, they're caught between vampire and the Dracula and the zombie vampire whatever's. The graveyard spooky. I like all of it. This is a 10.
Well, we just lost Dalton.
We lost Dalton. All right, I got Tim from you. He'll probably be back. He's probably having some technical issues. RDV, what do you think?
Well, I just want to point out, in case people don't know this, that sometimes vampires would bury themselves underground if they don't have coffins if they're traveling. Yeah. This is much more menacing. It looks like Dracula's got the little goatee beard, but that's coloring though. But they're all fucked. I love the the eerie fog. It wraps around this. It's so cartoony. I love it. No, this can't be happening. It can't. But it is, my dear. You're screwed. I like it. The only thing I would change is get that stupid line out of going through the Dracula title, but that might be a copying your scanner error. That line going through on the logo.
There's no line
between the R going right through, going horizontal, going right through. There's a line going right through Dracula.
Anybody else see that?
No.
On the top, I don't see it.
Dude, clean your screen.
No, you know what it is? You know what it is? If you put your mouse over it, for anybody else is watching right now, it puts a line there.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I saw. I had
okay,
my mouse over it.
yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's not. That is not the cover. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was throwing me off. I was like, "What the heck?"
All right.
I would get rid of the purple on his face, but other than that, it's a 10 for me.
A 10. All right. Glad to have you back there, Dalton. Dominic, what do you think?
Better composition. The muted colors help set the atmosphere perfectly, and the characters besides Dracula are very dynamic, especially the hell crawlers. All that being said, I had to give this one. Excuse me. This is a 10.
All right. Dalton.
I am going to give this one an 8. I disagree with Dominic. I don't think the muted colors help very much. I think they cut down on the atmosphere unnecessarily. I'm not sure why Dracula is going red and purple in his cape today. It doesn't really work or look good. I get what the cover is trying to go for, but yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8.
All right.
And well, depending how everyone scores in the comment section, this is my well joined with the others in the 8 category.
All right. So next up, LK.
I don't know. It's not a bad cover. I do like some of the atmospherics and things like that. So I'll give it an 8.
All right. I agree with Eric. I think this is a creepy as hell cover. I like the vampires looking like zombies, maybe because they were living underground. The woman screaming, "No, this can't be happening again. It can't." And prepare yourself to go. It's an awesome cover. I mean, it says, "Just buy me this." Wonderful, wonderful. I'm giving it a 10. And so as Glenn just saying, too busy, not too much dialogue. Nope, it's a Bronze Age horror excellence. And then Austin says 9 and Manny says 8. We get 8 from Trusty and an 8 from Ethereal. The shadow on Dracula's face is annoying, says Ethereal.
I mean, I can understand why.
Let's see. Tomb of Dracula number 8. Just muted color to suit the proper atmosphere. Well-rendered cover. Dracula properly menacing. Score a hell-crawling 10. And let's see. 9 for me, says MK. Also totally looks like that one zombie is trying to grab April O'Neil's butt. Yes, he does. Yes, it does. All righty. Got a 9 from MK. 8 from Joe. All right. R33S3 is saying it's a nice cover, very old school. Okay, but since you seem new, let's see. 1 is horrible, or is god awful. 2 is horrible. 3 is very bad. 4 is bad. 5 is meh. 6 is average. 7 is good. 8 is very good. 9 is awesome, and 10 is super awesome. What number do you give it? There are 3. Rhaegar says, I love the vampire legions crawling out of the ground and the misty night. Giving it a 9. And then we have an 8 from Pat and a 10 from Dark Admiral. All right. And Bronze Age horror excellence, says Rhaegar, and Jackson's giving it another 9. Okay.
Did you get a one slick do score?
Did I? I thought I did.
No,
no, I did. 9. There's nothing other than the word balloons to tell you that they are vampires coming out of the ground. I thought zombies the first time I saw it. So here we go, kids. Yeah, I got it one slick. Thank you very much, Dalton, for pointing that out.
You could call me Dalton again.
Yeah, he confused us again.
We got 6. I'm having a stroke, kids.
One talks, the other one's quiet. How do you confuse them?
Because they both start with D.
They look exactly alike. Have you seen them side by side? I'm telling you.
Are you saying Dominic's light?
It's mirror freaking images. Yeah. Except for the only reason Dominic rides in a wheelchair is to get in front of the line at Disney. It's really kind of sick, Dominic. It really is.
According to this, Raising Cane's managers now makes $175,000. There's new laws with shortages, push fast food salaries to six figures.
I'm going back to
And,
work. at
and
Raising
Rhaegar
Cane.
is saying, we are all Dalton. Okay,
No,
so
there's only one me, and you should all be very, very, very grateful for that.
we are.
are.
Sometimes we feel that's too many. But
You know that show
He
8
confused-
is enough?
Jackson
Not with
Raykert goes, "E confusing names." I can't believe it.
Never.
All right, right. The point, we had this whole thing about how his name is actually Roykert, but for 2 years I've been calling him Raykert, and it's not going to change. I tried the other day, and I went right back. That being said, kids, and I do invite you, our R3, to join in the voting here. We have 8 8s and 8 10s and 5 9s. So that, of course, makes this a 9.
Would you say 8 is enough?
No. 10 is for this. 8 is too many because they were talking about kids. That's way too many. Yeah. All righty. 8 is enough to fill our lives with bullets. I love comics and American pastime. Thank you. Okay, so we're moving on. I believe it's Zach's turn to lead us off again. And he's going with, I kind of wanted you to get 10 just because of the whole thing, but the way it's fallen, by all means.
This was interesting. I dig this. I don't know. Ooh, this is interesting. You got the redhead. I dig the redhead. I like the cross hurting Dracula. That's pretty cool. The Purifiers make an appearance here. Normally they're only in X-Men, so it's cool seeing them branch out into other series. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a 9. I think I like the way the lighting falls on his face and on his coat and everything. I'm gonna give this a 9. This is a solid 9.
Okay, we got 9 from Zach and RDV. What do you think?
There's no escape contract. You, not even you can't stand. I said before the fire cross. I almost read that as fire crotch at first. Seriously.
Why is he holding a crotch?
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Grab him by the what? No.
She is redhead.
She is that. Exactly what I was gonna say.
I mean, if you're not talking about syphilis or something, that's basically what fire crotch you meant.
I didn't know that crosses shoot.
Oh, and while we're on the subject, did anybody else really think it was weird to call a lawnmower a snapper? Do you know what a snapper is?
I read
Just
one.
look it up. All right. Anywho, go on ahead, RDV.
It's just weird. It's like cross shoots laser beams. Pew pew pew.
I missed that Sunday school lesson.
I know, right? Evil. Oh gosh, pew pew. It's like laser cats. No, but less cool. I'm gonna give it an 8.
All righty. Brigard's like, no, what is a snapper? All right, we got an 8 from RDV.
My gosh.
Dominic, what do you say?
Let's see. Everything is on point. For the positive and negative space. These two, the compositions and colors. I have to give this one not a 10. It's a 9 instead.
Solid pick. Solid vote.
All righty. Let's see. We got a 10 and Dalton, other Dominic. What do you think?
Someday he'll get it right, folks. Someday he'll get it right.
I'm still waiting for him to stop mixing up my last name.
Dominic the Authenticator. What do you say?
Dominic.
You take my epithet away from me, Venkman, and I will shiv you.
And Mr. Richards, I have not made that mistake.
Put back on point with the cover. I am stuck between an 8 and a 9 with this. There's a lot of stuff here that I do like. The red trade dress is back, which gives it more the classic horror cover vibes back. The problem is the actual colors of the image seem slightly like desaturated compared to the trade dress and compared to most of the other covers we've seen, and I think they should turn the color back up. I also don't like. I like that it's an action scene and everything, but they're falling at a very odd angle, or it looks like they're falling at a very odd angle, and I'm not sure I like that. And I don't know why the gleam from the bullet or the laser is like piercing Dracula in the heart and looking almost like a stake or a rod or something. So, between 8 and a 9, I'll go an 8 to balance out some of the more positive scores, I guess.
Alrighty, and LK.
This is probably my favorite cover since the first two, so I'm giving it a 10. I love so much about it.
The boobs?
Well, there are those, but it also brings back some of the horror stuff, the horror elements. You know, like her look reminds me a lot of the horrified looks that we got to see last night on the Tales from the Crypt books.
All right. Eric, what do you think?
Well, unlike Dominic, I'm positive I don't know anything about negative space, so I'm going to compose a 10 here.
I'm using art terms here, man.
I know. I don't know squat about art, so and
you know what you like.
Yeah, this is, and I say there are two firsts on this cover. That even though there be things that even a vampire fears, you couldn't tell from his expression in the cover. This is the first cover where Dracula looks scared. And it's also our first booby cover.
It is. You know what? I didn't want to say it, but that did play a factor in my voting.
Okay.
Focus, fellas.
Say again?
Focus.
You're right. You're right.
We are. We're
You're
focused on the boobies.
Yeah, exactly.
Occasionally we climb into the gutter, and you are absolutely right. We need to remove ourselves.
That's why they have me here, so that there's at least one person on the panel who's not distracted by boobs.
We need to class this thing up. Yes, I like big boobs, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a redhead walks in with those things in your face,
Okay,
you want to motivate in her. You get strong.
Song parody fail.
Come on, people. Let's not get distracted too easily by the fan stuff.
Here. Okay.
Thank you, Dominic.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll move on. I'll move in. Okay. Any motorboat in her space, you get stuck. I'm sorry.
All right, enough already. We've already died of rage and come back as vampires ourselves. God damn it.
Look, it is. It's a great cover. Yeah. I like the light, the way it's affecting, the fact that they did go right over. I'm wondering how though it's hitting his face and not his arm. Just that's the big flaw here. Otherwise, I do agree this is a really good cover. Is she wearing? No, that's his pants. Yeah, everything is just put together very well here, and the detail and the stonework and such, very nice, really cool. Alrighty, I'm surprised Zach liked it, considering it looks like a black guy is really hurting a white man, be it a monster or not. But there you go. Let's give this one a 9.
The power of Christ compels him.
Yeah. Glenzer is saying 10. Okay, the sky's empty, but it's still a 10.
You sure it wasn't the power of boobs?
Maybe it was that too. Maybe it was
your nose was stuck. Could be the clothes you swear in. You look and you can't stop staring. Oh, baby. Let's see. 9 from Manny, 10 from Dark Admiral.
That song is going to be in my head all night now.
And it's going to be I like big boobs. That's going to get that. That'll go. That's going to go places.
Stop.
Pat says 10, and Ethereal says 9. I'm just glad Gail's sleeping because that I would. Yeah. Trusty says 9. Joe says 10. So does Rhaegar.
Don't look, Angle Team, but Gil's right behind you.
No, that's
yeah, that would have been a not the face moment.
Rhaegar is asking, no, what is a snapper? Like I said, look it up. Jackson says 10, and One Slick says 9. Would have been better if they had multiple streams of smoke coming off of Dracula instead of a single whiff.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's also why. That is also why I gave it a 9. 9 because if there was more smoke surrounding Dracula, then it would have had more of a punch.
Dark Admiral is saying a fish. Yes, a snapper is a fish. Tomb of Dracula says Maranya. Colorized still from Dracula movie. Muted colors, perfect for the horror atmosphere. Proper religious artifacts being used against Dracula. Score it a righteous 10. All righty. It's probably meant something different in the old days. Probably so. It's the old thing. Fire crotch, snapper. Dracula says, I don't drink. ... All right, so Darius, Darren, Dimitri. Oh, Dalton, that's it. Samsonite. I was way off. All right, give this a 6, says Austin. And don't forget Snapper Car. That's exactly what I was saying. Dracula prefers redheads. Cringe rap. That's what it was meant to be. Thank you. Occasionally, the panel climbs out of the gutter to score these covers, and sometimes we don't. Never had E rap.
Sometimes we have to shoot E into the gutter so that it
My
stops.
soul is dying. Rhaegar, when the old people take rap, it's over. But rap's been over for a long, long time now. Can we mute the host? No! Okay, so.
If only.
I don't
let's
have
see
those
what-
powers. I looked for the button. It doesn't exist, unfortunately.
All righty, kids. Let's see what we got going on here. We've got a 6, which takes 2 of these 10s away, but then we've got 2 8s. We're going to drop 2 more of these 10s, and then we've got 5 9s, which drops the other 5 10s. So this ends up being a 9 as well. Didn't make the 10 cut. All righty. Boom, boom, boom. Speaking of 10. RDV, it is your turn to lead us off on the second second key issue of the night, the first appearance of Blade.
I knew you were
Okay.
Zach on this. That's why.
I
He was
wanted him
trying.
to. He's just not lined up. There you go.
Honestly, for me, I couldn't get into this book until Blade showed up, and then it was actually a lot better. I'm the opposite of Zach. No, this is actually a great cover. At the time, I really didn't care. When I first started reading this, I was thinking, like, I don't really care for his look. But then I thought more about it. It's like, like, at the time, that was the fashion, red and green and yellow, because that's all they had for freaking colors. But yeah, this is like James Brown versus Dracula. I love it. Get down.
All right.
But anyway, I'm not gonna start singing for you guys. Sorry.
Please don't.
Oh, I got my guy up there who can rap some for you.
We've already overdosed on cringe. The
Super
cringe
chats and he won't
is
sing.
empty.
Dude, I love we got the blue finally behind the Dracula. I've been waiting for this all night. That is just awesome. The color scheme,
right.
I love it. Dracula looking menacing. We almost get an upskirt, but because of the damn code, we don't. He's like, maybe hard stuff back in Transylvania, but nobody messed around with Blade the Vampire, bitch. I love this cover, man. It's growing. It's growing on me.
I did a full-on rap, and you still came off far more racist than I did. All right, so
shit, son.
This is also true.
All right, so let's see. It's also saying, drop that girl honky lips. This wooden knife will finish you off forever. Maybe your hot stuff back in Transylvania, but nobody messes around with Blade the Vampire Slayer, if you guys were wondering.
All
right, Dominic, what do you think?
Okay. I honestly give this one a 9.
All right.
It's almost a 10. So, but besides that, everything's on point. I appreciate how the camera is angled, to really capture the moment of Blade facing off Dracula in order to save that woman. Also, what some people tend to forget about Blade is he's British.
Yeah. They had horrible fashion sense back then. I've watched Austin Powers.
All right. Dalton, what do you think?
I might be the odd one out on this one. I mean, the color schemes are back on point, which is good. But I don't really like the blue
I knew it.
frayed dress very much at all. That light blue says superhero to me, not horror book. Especially when it's paired with red. Also, I'm sorry, Blade. I love you. You're an awesome character and everything. But this is Dracula's book, and you're taking up like 80% of the cover, and everything is at such an odd angle. Like VENKMAN mentioned earlier, but it really does look like Blade is about to break dance or something. Like he's about to get low or something, and the odd angle just does not work for me. I was going to give it an 8, and now I'm starting to look at it and I'm thinking a 7 actually. There's so many weird things going on with the angles and not focusing on Dracula. Like everything about Dracula in this cover is really, really good. I love the moon behind him, giving him almost this like demonic halo effect. But like, Blade just came in and was like stuck in there like Wonder Woman was in the one book we were covering like a couple days ago, and it doesn't work for me. So 7.
Alrighty. Okay, what do you think?
Yeah. Excuse me. I mean, it's interesting cover, but it's just missing something. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Alrighty. Let's see, and we got an 8 from LK. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, Eric.
Okay, clearly I'm the only one of the last 3 that isn't drinking heavily. This is a 10. I would have liked it better if it had been if you could have seen Blade's entire face, but you really couldn't have done that without taking away from Dracula holding the victim, which is fits the
it's his book.
Fits the motif. Yeah, because it's his book, but. 10 issues in, if you're introducing a new major character, I mean, you could have gotten away with that. But that said, having a side angle, you have a really good idea of what Blade looks like, and you have a really good idea of what he's all about. So, I think this is as good a job as they could have done with introducing the character and keeping Dracula, as much of a focal point of the cover of his own book. So, yes, it's a 10.
Alrighty, and Zach.
What's below 7?
7 is good. 6 is average.
Average, okay. I'm gonna give it a 7. I'll stick with 7. Does anyone else think that Blade's face looks dehydrated, like a corpse or something?
He looks like he was drawn in the 70s.
Everything is such an odd angle. It's hard to tell, though, is the thing I'm having an issue with.
Okay, Dominic, what were you saying?
It's also the inking. That's why his face looks dehydrated.
Okay. Well, yeah, he does look a bit dehydrated there. I do like the pose. I like the layout of the cover. I think that's all really good. The night sky, even though it is, kind of bright, it's still, I think it works for this picture. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I'll say it's good.
All right. I give it a 9. I really like this cover. I'm not a big fan of Blade's old outfit. That being said, this is framed like a movie shot. And the whole purpose of this cover is to introduce Blade. It is Dracula's book, but we know it's Dracula's book. We know it's Dracula. So what we're doing is, Eric said, you get a good shot. You get to know what Blade's all about in this. It's a really good cover, really solid, and I give it a 9.
Side note, I do like how it shows us Blade, but it doesn't show us his full face.
Right.
I do like that. I do appreciate that. It does leave some reason to open the book so you can fully see him. I do like that.
Now, Manny is saying it's a 9 already, and Glenzer saying 10. And for this cover, Zach is grateful Evil Black Cat isn't here. Yeah, he probably would have given you the business. All right, to start it. I get it. Anyway, let's see. Well, 10 because of Blade, says Rhaegar. All right. And Trusty Sidekick says 9. That's how I say business under the bridge. There you go. Trusty says 9, and Dark Admiral says 10. And let's see, Jackson Roykirk says 9. This is a 10, even if Blade didn't become iconic. This is a cover. This cover is a masterpiece. All righty. And then we have Joe saying 9. All right.
Is Blade not iconic?
We have it is Blade, but not a fan of the outfit. Says Ethereal. E almost made me choke saying the H word. Harvard. And then Ethereal says enough with the blue. I agree. The red background is better. Ethereal says 8. And then we have Dark Admiral saying, I'm a moron. I've wanted this book for a long while, and still I had to check if it says honky lips. Thank you. Let's see. Light blue says black with highlights. Okay. One Slick says 9, classic cover, but on a ship porthole showing stairs are open back, not closed. Classic cover, but on a ship porthole showing stairs are open, back not closed. Okay, I'm not quite sure, but I do get the 9 part, so I'll put that down. Donovan giving number 10 a 7. Ouch. Somehow Dalton also sounding more racist than Ian Venkman. Nothing Dalton has said makes logical. They didn't agree with you on this one. Blade likes big knives. Blade likes big knives, and he just don't care.
Are you sure they didn't mean Dominic?
I don't know.
Yeah, they sound the same.
Today they are
getting very confused tonight. So maybe.
Maranya says, Tomb of Dracula number 10. I honestly would reverse the positions of Dracula and Blade. The colors are properly muted for dramatic horror effect. Trade dress pulls the color scheme together. Score it a solid 10. Alrighty. Blade smashes a little. Okay. In all fairness, Blade's outfit fits with the time of his creation, says Dark Admiral Hare. Eric and Boyd gives it an 8. And it sounds weird when East says Roykirk, because I have to force myself to say it. It doesn't come out naturally to me after 2 years. It really doesn't. Sorry.
That's like me saying. That's like me calling little Rhaegar a little Roygar. What's up, Roygar?
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. I don't like that.
Please stop.
I don't like that at all.
All righty, kids. This is what we've got. We got 2 7s and 3 8s. And then we've got 6 9s and 7 10s. So even those 5 getting rid of this goes to the 9s.
Dawson, who's Dawson? You watching Dawson's Creek Cleanser?
Dawson. Oh shit! Come on, just go where you need to go. Do what you need to do.
Is that what you talk to yourself when you're trying to get yourself in the mood?
Well, I mean, after 40, it all starts going downhill, doesn't it?
Crap, I got 1 more year.
Yep. You know what I found out today?
Okay.
Next time I renew my driver's license, I'm going to be in my 40s.
Really? So
Yeah.
I lucked out. I just renewed mine this year on my birthday.
Yeah.
That being said, Dominic, here's issue number 11.
What on earth?
Cannonball.
Ooh. Oh, this is a 5.
Oh, wow. That was very short and sweet. This is a 5. Okay, Dalton, what do you say?
Is that what she said?
Oh, no. She's never said it was sweet. Short a lot, but never sweet.
I was going to be very nice to this and give it a 10 until I noticed that somebody shot Dracula out of a cannon or something. And it knocked it down, I think, to an 8 for me. Because why? Just why? Like, it's not quite as perplexing as the angle from last time, where like everything was in Dutch perspective for some reason. But like, Dracula being shot out of a cannon is nothing that I need in my life, and never will I ever need it again. 8.
Hold on, I gotta check something here. Now, of course, as we go along, I don't quite notice, but
Use the cream we got from the doctor. It'll be fine.
oh no. I know all of my ailments. Glenzer has given every cover a 10.
I know.
Alrighty.
I think you know what
okay.
Glenzer wants for the auctions.
I know. I was gonna say.
Okay. Dalton, what was the number you gave this?
8.
Okay, I got a little distracted because I was like, wait a second. I think Glenzer has given every freaking cover a 10. LK, what do you think? Oh.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things not to like on this cover. I'm giving it a 6.
Oh, Glenn's correct. You said he gave the kids one. Draco's kids a 9.
Yeah. Okay.
That's still really generous.
Alrighty, Eric, what do you think?
I'm going to say 8. I think obviously Dracula is just solidifying out of mist, and it kind of looks weird because it probably should have stayed full all the way out of the panel instead of looking like it's I don't know, it does look kind of weird, but everything else about the cover is really cool. But yeah, Dracula does look a little odd, so it's an 8.
Okie dokie. Zach.
This is Mad Max Dracula edition. I'm giving it a 6.
Okay. RDV.
I love the fact that the guy's like, these are idiots. Like, don't worry, baby. This looks like it's a vampire. It's supposed to drive through. You're idiots. And then they all get slaughtered by the monster. Those are my favorite movies. And Dracula, is coming out of his mist form because he's done that multiple times in the book. He doesn't. It's weird. Sometimes he does like I'm the mist, and then other times he does like the bats. I don't know what the reason is that for, but this looks like Archie and friends getting ready to get slaughtered.
The reasoning, Venkman, is because Dracula's powers come from the fact that in the lore he was schooled by the devil in sorcery, so he can control all the animals of the night, and he can also control the weather.
And you're giving it a 4.
No.
Oh, I thought that's what you said. What's the number?
No, I said it was. I'm giving it an 8.
All right.
It's like I said. It all depends on what the author wanted to use it as. He didn't really care a shit about the lore. He just did a bat or he did mist most of the time.
Okay, when you said lore, I probably heard it as 4. I'm looking at this. I don't see what you guys are talking about because I do like the motorbikes are done well. The sand being kicked up. There's a great sense of motion in both the bikers and Dracula. Him coming out of the background as mist and forming solid. You do see the one guy saying, hey, it's really good, but everybody else is reacting, trying to stop him. This is a well put together book. I mean, I would start off probably around 9, but I'm looking in the background and that sign on the wall would most likely be more of a white parchment than yellow. So I'm giving this a 6.
Could be the light. Also, why is the governor on Dead always going on strike?
Of course, yes. All righty, let's go to the chat here and see what everybody else is saying. 10, Miss Dracula looks cool, and the head biker being oblivious is funny as fuck. All righty, except for he said AF. All righty, also, this is a 5. What a cover, says Austin. We have Good Dog Press giving it a 6. Short and sweet, what they also say under the bridge. Damn straight. You got to get them in. You got to get them in and then out.
Keep them moving.
You don't want to spend too much time. Time is money.
Unless it's not working, and then you have to talk to it again.
Thanks, Roy.
Oh, you man, horse. All righty. Let's see. What is with Dracula's everything? We get Rhaegar saying 4. It is bad.
It's Roy.
We got shot out of a cannon. Dracula turned into mist. That was from Glenzer. I don't know. Dracula being shot out of a cannon does sound hilarious. Let's see, 7 from Eric and Boyd. All right. And we have Maranya saying, Tomb of Dracula, number 11, Dracula meets Hell's Angel Bikers. Feels like a repurposed Ghost Rider cover with Dracula pasted in. Colors didn't help. Jaundice trade dress scored an undead 7. Let's see. That's because Glinzer's a cheap date and has no shame about it. Cool. Jackson says 6. 5 from Joe. And we have 7. Terrible job drawing the motorcycles. And the next motorcycle you can see looks like a bicycle. With the guy in orange riding on the handlebars, actually. You're absolutely right about that. Ethereal says 5. Alrighty. But Dark Admiral says 8. The bikes look cool. I'd pick this up if I saw it on the spinner rack. The bikini. They get slaughtered like a random biker gang in the OG Dawn of the Dead. Ooh, nice pull. Nice call on there. All right, so let us see. What do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We have 110 and 4. We've got 4 5s, but no 9s in that. But we do have 4 8s, which is kicking out those 5s, and we're moving up to the 6s. And we've also got 2 7s, but not really enough. I think actually it ends up in the 7 category. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's see. We got that pulling away from there. 4, that would be 1 of those. So it's 3 from here, which leaves 1, and then it's 5, which is 1, 2. No, nope, this is a 6. All righty. And boom.
Jackson. LK's calculator is crying.
Yep.
Okay, and now the last cover of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Dalton, you get to lead us off again. This is issue number 12. Do we leave on a high note? That is the big question.
I think we do, at least to a degree. So we've got Dracula like levitating above. Is that it looked like a phone booth for a second, but it's not a phone booth. It's somebody's porch. I like the colors here. The forms in the background are really nice. I think I'm gonna end off with a 9.
All right. LK, what do you think?
I'm gonna just disagree here because the coloring is actually terrible, and I'll tell you why. So the person that Dracula has is supposed to be Quincy Harker's daughter. The daughter is a brunette, especially if you flip through the pages of the book. The people on the ground below, Quincy in the wheelchair is okay. The redhead is supposed to be Rachel Van Helsing, who is a platinum blonde. And then likewise, Frank doesn't really necessarily look a lot like him either. So it's like the person who colored this or who gave them the instructions didn't even look at the interior of the book, let alone look at earlier.
But yeah, that tells me that the title artist didn't communicate with the interior artist, but I don't hold that against the book necessarily.
Well, but it's not even an interior. I mean, it's the character sheets, because this is the way they've been for multiple issues. So it's not like this is the first time these characters appear. And I mean, the rest of it's okay, but yeah, I'm a 7.
All righty. Okay, Eric, what do you think?
This is a 9. LK's got valid points. Obviously, yeah, whoever drew and colored this, yeah, it didn't know or didn't bother to find out. But yeah, this was where it doesn't happen exactly like this, but this does kind of happens in the book. And spoiler, the girl's name is Edith, and she doesn't make it to 13. So it's, I know, spoiler. It's 51 years later.
There are so many comic books out there. People could start reading everything now, and they might not get to Tomb of Dracula.
But if they do, they know how it ends.
Okay, there you go.
in a tomb?
All righty. Zach, what do you say?
I'm gonna give it an 8. I like the transformation here of him turning into the bat. You see like the different stages of that. I like the wind blurs of him flying with the cape. That's kind of cool. The perspective shot is really cool. Also boobs. And I don't care about the hair coloring because that's not what we're looking at. Or at least not what most of us are looking at. Exactly. Thank you. Boobs. So yeah.
Boobs. Like those two monsters in Sesame Street, but for adults. All right. Boobs. All righty. RDV, what do you think about
Quiet, Gene? That's what I think every time when I see a guy in a wheelchair now. You got a red head around him. I like it. Yeah, he literally was standing there. He swoops, I guess he's turning into a bat, or I guess already was a bat. I don't know. It's weird. Like
he's mid transformation. It seems like.
So he just walked up to Mr. Eck and be like, "Hey, I'm taking this girl. Now I'm leaving as a bat." Imagine that.
Imagine.
They're going that to the House of Screams. You can see David as Pumpkin probably. No, I like the art in here. I like the design. Him flying up the little S there. The girl is actually drawn like a girl. As far as the coloring issues, it's not a really big deal to me. It's not like they drew Dracula black. That would upset a lot of people. Not me though. The Tomb of Dracula, I like the black, the white letters, the font. That's always been great. I like that. It's very kind of cluttered though, but I gotta give it 8.
All righty. And this is a cover kind of like a Liefeld drawing in that you sometimes have to look at the composition rather than what's being drawn, because what's being drawn is a Dracula who either started off as a bat standing there and then he's returning to human shape to catch a falling woman, or he was human and he's holding on to the woman and he's turning into a bat. That is not telling a good story. It's very confused. It's very muddled. That being said, go ahead.
No, so you can see the line if you look next to Quincy's wheelchair. That's where he started. He grabbed her and now he's flying off with her.
Okay, so he's turning into a bat as he holds her.
Yes.
All right, which means he's going to drop her.
Well, no, he can turn into a giant bat.
All right, okay, I guess.
Eric, if he drops her, what is she going to say?
But to continue my thought, I'll put all that aside, and you've still got a pretty damn cool image. So I'm going 9 on this. I think I'm gonna put the intellect aside and just go with that's cool. All righty, Glenzer says 10. Surprise, surprise, and Manny says 9. We have it's all over the place from Ethereal. I agree. 9, not perfect, but still really solid, says Dark Admiral. And then we have 10 minus the colors equals 7. Alrighty. And that one was from where we go. That was Jackson Roykert. Rhaegar saying 8. And then we have 9, one slick dude says, while the art is good, they could not make up their minds if Dracula was a mist or a bat, so they did both. Kind of where I'm sitting on that one. Dracula number 12 says, Maranya, dramatic cover would have been better with more muted color palette, even with all of its flaws. This is a dramatic 10. Well, take this one off the reading pile, says Jackson. Thank you. Because he spoiled. Joe is saying 5. Ethereal is saying 4.
I guess I'm in the minority for liking the hyper-saturated colors.
Maybe.
Yeah, I simp for really vibrant colors, so I guess I'm in the minority on that point.
Jackson saying turns into a giant bat, and you're just making stuff up.
I mean, back in the day, they had yellow shingles.
Shingles are nothing to joke about, sir. Alrighty, and let's see where this last cover ends up.
I love shingles. I got a bunch in my wallet.
Okay. Oh, by the way, before we get on to the rest of this, make sure that you have voted on the poll for what is next.
Important ad break here. To
Yes,
support this
and
channel, go to Ko-Fi.com.
that would be awesome. Drop $1 in the till, or join as a member, and every week you are put on the winner's wheel. Austin, without paying a dime for any books, ended up winning this week because he is automatically on the wheel every week. All right. That being said, this time around we have 1 3 1 4, 2 10s, and then we've got 2 7s. And then we've got 4, which knocks out everything. This ends up being an 8. All righty, and that is where we end. At least we end on the high side positive. There we go. All righty.
One of these times you'll have a 2 turntables and a microphone.
2 turning tables and a microphone.
2 turntables and a microphone. What I got.
Oh.
It's a song.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm too old. All right, so the number 12 is the Dracula Takes His Kids to Work Day cover. Number 11, the motorbike cover. And then we've got the Attic and the Miss Dracula. Now, everybody was saying more better things about Miss Dracula there. So we've got 12, 11. Our top 10 starts in the Attic. 9 is that. Okay, now we've got the issue number 12 and the Bog Monster. Who thinks that this is the right and who thinks that we should switch it?
I gave the Bog a 10, so I'm what it is.
It's fine like it is.
All right. Let's see the awesomes, because we're at 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. What is the worst cover of all of these? These are awesome covers.
It's hard to pick.
I know, right?
I'd say that.
I think the one with the laser cross should go at the end.
I think the one that's the best though is the vampires coming out of the ground.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
Zombie vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would put Blade's first appearance after the Hell Crawlers cover.
Okay, so you think that's the second best. What do you think is the worst there, Dalton?
My thought as to the worst one is probably the laser cross one that you like.
No, I said it's the worst of the awesomes. So that's 2 votes. Yeah. 2 votes for the back.
I mean, isn't that Raiders of the Lost Ark?
No, that was the Ark of the Covenant. That's very different from crucifix.
I think it's great. I think this is it right here. Because I thought this one was very atmospheric and good. Maybe like this, but like this. Anybody disagree other than Dominic? You want to bring this one up? Is that okay?
No,
the cross one should move up, and then the one where he's turning to the bat should go to the back.
Yeah. No,
all right. So we've got 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 6 is issue number 2. The cross is 5. 4 is Blade. 3 is the visit to Zack's house. 2 is the zombie vampires. And of course, number 1 is issue number 1. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is everything ranked.
I love how that's a new piece of Zack lore, is that his house is surrounded by.
Alrighty, there we go, guys.
Do I need to bring back the gift from when you're on there? You have a bad book with the people with the pitchfork.
That's not a GIF. That's just a picture. A GIF is a moving image.
Thanks for stopping by, Dark Admiral. Please take care. Same with you, One Slick. I'm glad you guys are getting a kick out of this. Tomb of Dracula, a lot of fun. We voted, and the 50s won last night. So supposedly we should be doing that Thursday. We're not going to be doing that Thursday because I started collecting all of the 50s so we could judge what covers we're going.
Are you going to be here Thursday? Because you say Tuesdays and Thursdays are just date nights.
Mondays and Thursdays are date night. If I can be here, I will be here. We got a late start last time, and considering what happened to me I had paid for it right into today. I ran my mouth at a Mexican restaurant. You cannot beat me when it comes to
Use
spice.
that cream, that ointment.
Oh, this story.
And
I love
holy
this story.
crap, this guy put some pepper sauce. He literally did that to burn me out. I didn't send it back or anything. I ran my mouth, and he put.
Well, you literally asked for it, so be careful.
I
what
mean,
you
that was
wish
the
for.
best 20
You
bucks
just
I ever
might
spent
get
to
it
tip off
over.
the waiter.
But he offered it to we could make that again, but we were on our way out. I said, "No, it's okay." But the man, me and this girl named Connie, we got into a spice fight where he was bringing out hotter and hotter peppers, and we were trying it, and it was really cool because everybody was the whole restaurant was into it, watching us do this whole thing, and he sold a lot of drinks during that. So he brings out a bottle of tequila and gave us each a shot and salute and all that kind of stuff. It was really good
People
time.
watching the background, white people.
Oh no, Connie was black.
Why
But
did he black?
yeah, well, because her parents, my guess. Yeah, that's my guess. But it's kind of funny because she was like, "Oh man, this ain't that hot. You're complaining about your food over there." And when he comes out, he goes, "No, I didn't make yours as spicy as his because he was being an asshole." So
He asked for it.
yeah, I love spicy food though. But yeah, I want to be here on Thursdays if I can. I will, or Tuesday and Thursdays. But I also want to maintain that marriage. I love the marriage. So date nights are important. That being said, let's see where we are with the poll here. I'll end the poll. And it looks like, oh, hold up. It takes a little bit to show up. Okay, so here's what it is. We had 21 votes. New Warriors got 0%.
Ah, you guys have failed me.
Good job, Zach. Good job.
People are still PTSD'd about the Kibblesmith run.
You should have specified not the Kibblesmith one.
Okay. And RDV and my suggestion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was second worst with 14%, 38% to Catwoman. But congratulations, Eric. Crisis on Infinite Earths is the winner. So I guess that is what we are going to do on Thursday.
Are we reading them too?
No, we're just doing the covers.
Crisis covers Thursday. Cool.
Yeah. All righty. Crisis on Infinite Earths will be on Thursday. Friday is going to be some sort of cartoon comic. We've designated Fridays for that kind of thing. So that means it could be like Casper. We did. Well, you guys did. You guys did Donald Duck. Could be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures from the cartoon. Something along those lines. I'm glad this is actually picking up. It's getting a lot more voters and such like that. Please share this out and comment. The reason why I'm asking you guys to comment in these, that's horrible.
I thought I was the only one thinking of that.
The reason I'm asking you guys to comment is because it helps out the algorithm and it builds up the channel. It builds up the videos more. So there you go. We still digging on this, Eric?
Oh yeah.
This was created to give Eric something to do one day, and boom, it's like, let's do this.
I agree, Glinzer.
After the last auction, it should be okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I said we started this so that I wouldn't finish off going crazy. Now I'm all the way back to the miserable curmudgeon that I was prior to. But hey, the plus side is we found a fun thing to do.
Going crazy. That says like
Dreaming
maybe
without
Ian. Yep. All righty, kids. There you go. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for the panel for jumping on and voting and everything. Dalton, I knew this would be up your alley here.
Well, I was the one that suggested it, if I do recall.
That's right. Yeah, you did. Tomorrow is Brave and the Bold, and it was requested that we do the start of the Batman years. Brave and the Bold actually started off as a kind of a tryout title, and then it became a team-up title. But Batman really didn't take control until like 74. That's when he officially became the team up. So everybody, it's kind of like DC Comics Presents. You're always teaming up with Superman, or Marvel team up. You're always teaming up with Spider-Man. It could have been any DC character. We'll get to those, but we're going to start with more of the Neil Adams stuff tomorrow. So please join us for that. And as always, don't forget to go on over to Ko-Fi, drop $1 in the tip jar. Thanks to everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.